Okay, it's Thanksgiving Day, and if you know me, you know that I am a little bit of a history nerd, and it makes me so happy to learn about the history of whatever it might be, whether it's just Vail or Thanksgiving. So, thank you so much to Kenzie, our producer, for helping me pull up some of these fun facts. Now, first of all, did you know that only male turkeys gobble? Yep, only the male ones gobble, and the female turkeys cackle. So apparently you can't really tell until they open their mouths. But yep, so male turkeys are the only ones that gobble. Don't you even think about making jokes today about that one. And then also, did you know that back when the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day parade first started, they didn't have any of the balloons that we typically see now, but what they did have were puppets that would ride on the floats, and then they also had animals from the Central Park Zoo. So a little bit different than the typical balloons that we expect to see these days. Now, on top of that, I think it's really fascinating that back in 1939, President Roosevelt decided that he wanted to have Thanksgiving on the third week in November instead of the fourth, which that's how it had been since Lincoln decided to celebrate Thanksgiving as a national holiday. But he bumped it up a week, so that essentially added, 7 days of retail to, the shopping season. But it made so many football coaches angry because they already had games scheduled, and then also calendar makers who had now the wrong date on their calendars, that by the time we got to about 1942, they switched it back because it was just didn't really work out so well. So for a brief period of time, we had Thanksgiving a week earlier, thanks to President Roosevelt. More fun Thanksgiving facts on the way, but first we're going to send things back to Michelle, and she has a look at what's happening with our local weather forecast. It's a beautiful start to our Thanksgiving.